That'll put hair on your chest. Hello from London. It's the new year. It's 2024. It's still January, and I really wanted to just have a good start to the year. And so I just want to spend the week doing a lot of my favorite things with you guys. We're starting out here in London, and I'm just gonna see where the breeze takes us. But I'm very excited to be spending this week with you. I'm very excited to be in London. I am so tired, and it is so cold here. I'm very pinked out. I am actually flying with my friend Bruno, and we are gonna go to the grocery store and kind of just like, I think, do as much as we can. So I've never been here like fully at night, like for a layover. I've obviously come and visited on my own and been here at night. But yeah, we're gonna go just run around, go to the bookstore, of course, go to the grocery store and have a cute little dinner. I gotta finish this not amazing coffee first because I only have 3 hours of sleep. Say hi, Bruno. I am so excited. I am about to eat Thai food, which Thai food is my favorite. Words cannot express. Summer rolls and pad Thai. Ooh. Oh, I'm so excited. I got back from London 2 days ago, and I never struggle with jet lag because I do it all the time for a living. But I think that me staying up all night and only sleeping 3 hours and then not really sleeping amazing the next, like when I finally went to bed in London, really messed up my sleeping schedule. For the past 2 nights of being home, I have just been going through it. So I could not tell you the last time I had jet lag. I don't even know. I know it is jet lag because I'll be in bed at like 11:30 at night and I'm like, let's go party. So all I have to say, I have been struggling since I got back, but it's a new day. I got ready. I have a cute little day plan, have some things going on. On the agenda today, I am going to get my nail fixed really fast. And then after I get my nail fixed, I am gonna go to one of my favorite cute little grocery stores. I specifically go there for their banana bread. Like, it is truly the best banana bread that I have ever had in my entire life. Like, I will never, ever get over it. It is so good. I might go read at a coffee shop. Specifically, I'm very excited because I'm gonna be reading in this video. I have wanted to reread this book for a very long time. I do not remember when I first read this book. I don't know if somebody recommended it to me or if I just saw it, but I am obsessed with flowers. I think my dream job for a really long time was to become a florist, and any kind of trope of the person in a romance book working at a flower shop or being a florist or working with flowers is like my favorite ever. And a few years ago, I read this book and I really think it's one of my favorite books. And I say I think because I am the type that I read a book, and if it's my favorite, I am obsessed with it, but I have short-term memory with books. And I can tell you how I felt, but I cannot tell you a lick of what has happened. So I really, really want to reread this book and have a fresh new recollection of what is going on and really know that it's my favorite book. So when people ask me, I can recommend it confidently and not like haphazardly, you know what I mean? But I read a book, I'm like, this is my favorite book ever. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. I'm telling everybody about it. Blah, blah, blah. And then 3 months later, if you ask me what happened in the book, I literally couldn't tell you. So I want to reread it and make sure that the vibes are still there and that the feelings are still there, and tell you guys about it as I read and go along and start it. So I'm going to be doing that in this video. You guys know I'm just trying to have a really good, really whole, really joyful, happy week. And I thought, what better way of doing that than reading my favorite book? Question mark. I'm obsessed with salami. I literally could eat this whole entire packet by myself. So I wanted to give you a little bit of a reading update. I just finished part 1. It's about 87 pages. So far in this book, we are following the main character, Victoria. She has spent her whole childhood in foster care. It's been a really bad experience for her. Every chapter is one chapter from present time and then one chapter from her childhood in foster care. And eventually she gets sent to this house where her caretaker teaches her the language of flowers. I don't know if this is like factually true or something that is fiction, but supposedly in the Victorian times, the language of flowers was a way to express romantic gestures. So every flower has a different meaning. Actually, it says it on the back. Acacia for secret love, daffodil for new beginnings, wisteria for welcome, and camellia for my destiny is in your hands. So every flower has a different meaning, and back in the day, people would use flowers to make bouquets or just leave for people to like give a romantic gesture because they meant something. And so Victoria ends up in a foster home where her guardian teaches her about the language of flowers. Her guardian lives on a winery, and then her sister across the street lives on a flower farm. So her guardian grew up learning all about flowers and is really into the language and florals and all of those things. So this book has a lot of flowers, which I love. I told you guys I'm obsessed with like the floral industry. Anything to do with flowers in a book is just very near and dear to my heart. Victoria turns 18, and when you turn 18, you're emancipated, and she ends up in a group home. And in order to stay in the group home, she has to get a job and be able to pay for her room. In the 6 weeks, she doesn't find a job, so she's kicked out and she's homeless. And she's living in this park, making a garden in the park because she still loves florals to this day. But she's in the park, and across the street from the park is this floral shop. And so she goes up and eventually gets a job there. And they go to the flower market in San Francisco every single weekend. And at the flower market, she ends up meeting this man who has a flower booth at the market, but they end up meeting and having coffee, and it ends up being somebody from her past. I will not ruin it. It is so, so good so far. I mean, I flew through 90 pages so fast. I don't remember a lot, but as soon as I started reading, I was like, wait, I remember so much. I'll tell you at the end of reading it, my reread, but I think this definitely is a contender for my favorite book. I think that thought will stick through as I read, but I'm just gonna keep reading and hanging out before I have to start making dinner. But yeah, I'm so excited that I just decided to reread this. It is such a beautiful story, and I can't wait to keep telling you guys about it. It's time to cook dinner. I'm gonna show you guys how to make one of my favorite pastas that my friend made me. It's so easy. It literally is like 5 ingredients. It's so simple. It's hot Italian sausage, a big can of diced tomatoes, whole diced tomatoes with just some tomatoes, pasta, of course, a white onion, oops, I almost forgot, some kind of white wine that's good for cooking, but honestly, I just get the cheapest white wine that I see at the grocery store. And then oregano. And if you want to add any more spices, you can, but that's it. It's so simple. All you do is brown the sausage and then add the onions, or you can do the onions first and then the sausage, and then add oregano, and then add some white wine and let that cook off for like 2 minutes. And then add the tomatoes and just kind of cook that for a good like 45 minutes. Stir it up, let it thicken, and then add some salt and pepper. Then cook your pasta, throw it together, and add some cheese on top if you want. And that's it. It's so easy, it's so good. First up is my least favorite part. I don't know if anybody else here is a crying onion girly, but I feel like I am like, if that, like there's normal people that cut onions and don't cry, and then there's like a lot of people that cut onions and cry, and then all the way over here you can't even see my group. I am somebody, when I cut onions, I'm a weeper. I'm a weeping, crying onion cutter. I cry so much when I cut onions, it's not even funny. Even if I'm in like a different room, I'll start crying. And my holy grail, saving grace, is, I'm not being revolutionary here, but I got it for 20 bucks at Target, and I cut my onion in half, pop it in there, pop the other half in there, and then I run and I throw it in the fridge until I need it. It's time to add the sausage. Raw meat scars me. This little tool, if you cook a lot of tacos or ground turkey or anything, it's been a game changer. I don't know what it is, but it's like this, and it helps you smash. I've just eyeballed this. I don't know what to tell you. That feels good. Also, these are supposed to be crushed tomatoes, but I got whole tomatoes, so we're gonna have to just crush those. I make a salad dressing all the time. It's from Dairy Boy Kitchen, and it's called Sweet Summer Garlic Lemon Dressing. I don't have shallot. All I have is literally this onion sleeve. So we're gonna try to make this work. This stuff is so good for salads. Ah! That was pretty good actually. Okay. Oh, some good dressing. Oh, the lid's frick. The lid's not on. Dumbass. I really don't like wine that much, but I love natural wine. I don't think that there is a natural wine that I've tried that I don't like. Let's give it a shot. Ooh, crispy. It's been cooking now for like 30 minutes, so I'm gonna turn it a little bit lower and just give it like 20 more minutes to really thicken up and get all the flavors in there. But Joseph tried it and he said it's really, really good. It is a new day. I am about to go see my friend Natalie. We're gonna go get coffee and catch up. But before I left, I wanted to give you an update. I am a little over halfway through with The Language of Flowers. I just finished up part 2 and I am now about to be on part 3. There are 4 parts to the book. I feel like part 2 of the book was really getting to see Victoria's personality, her grow in her work at the floral shop. She also reconnected with somebody from her past. A little kindling love, dare I say. So there's definitely romance in this book. There is a really big trope in here that's not mentioned on the back. A lot of things that happen in this book are not mentioned on the back. The back is very vague. So I know something really big that happens in part 3, but I don't want to ruin it for you. I don't want to tell you. But anyways, I'm going to come home, I'm going to start part 3, and I will keep you guys updated and tell you a little bit more. I woke up and checked the tide times. Very niche thing to say, but I'm gonna take you guys beachcombing. And beachcombing is basically just like looking for treasures on the beach. I specifically go to look for sea glass. I am obsessed with sea glass. I am about to go to one of my favorite beaches to get some sea glass, hopefully. I have my beachcombing bag. It's gonna be so much fun, so let's go. I found this shell, this one, and then I found like a lot of little tiny pieces of sea glass. These are my favorites. I found a perfect oval sea glass. It's light blue. This big oval one. And then I found this really cool one. It's like a corner of a bottle. I love whenever they have like edges to them. I think they're so cool. There really was not a lot out today. I just genuinely was walking and having the time of my life. I rolled up my sweatpants and got my little toes wet, and it made me so happy. If you are lucky enough to live near the beach, please go to the beach, even just to walk it, to go look for shells. It truly is like the most magical, calming, peaceful thing. I finished The Language of Flowers. This book is so good. It is so delicate. It is so raw and gritty and very real. And I loved the concept of flowers. That, of course, is why it is one of my favorite books, is because of the language of flowers and her working in a floral shop. And there's just so much flowers. It is... Do you know in books where characters start doing some really like not okay, suspicious things in your reading and you're like, oh, I don't like that, or like, ooh, that makes me really uncomfortable, or this is like not okay. But then like a couple chapters later, they explain to you why they were doing it, like whether they were sick or, you know, like something happened and you're like, okay, well, that validates it, but ooh, you know what I mean? That happened in part 3 of this book. She was just doing some really not okay things, and I was so uncomfortable. I do not remember being that uncomfortable the first time that I read it, but I was really uncomfortable. And then like fast forward 4 chapters later, it like explains why she was kind of doing these things. Still, I was like, ooh, I don't know, this is not okay. All of that to say, I had such a fun time rereading this book. It truly holds true. It is one of my favorite books ever. I love this book so much, and maybe I have my blinders on because I am just obsessed with anything floral, but I love this book. If you're a flower lover like me, or just love any kind of books with floral tropes, read this book. I love this book so much. It is delicate. It is a redemption story. It is a lot of growth in a very broken, hurt main character. And it is just such a beautiful, tender, precious read. I did not think it was gonna be this rainy. It is a cold, rainy, dreary day here in Los Angeles, and so I got in my little raincoat and I'm gonna head to one of my favorite Asian marts and then go get my favorite noodle in LA. It's so good. I'm so excited. I can hardly wait.